Pop metal. Yo.
Welcome back. One Punch.
One Click Hop is back.
Yep.
He is
That's
back.
Hop.
And welcome to Hop's Metal Show,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, I was so blown away
He's
that I can't even hold on to it.
Look.
This thing is just one click away from starting.
I think because you clicked it so many times on
Yeah,
the
probably.
shut off of the last one.
God, I didn't think we'd ever get the last one shut off.
String, by the way. Anyway, we're back.
You want to do this one too?
Might as well. I'm already here going. So we just completed one, and this will be part two to a later date. So this is going to be a kind of a new thing we're going to try. Hopefully it catches on, people like it. But we're going to kind of talk about new purchases and new and old stuff that we've been buying. We're always out whenever we go out. You're just like me. Whenever you go somewhere, if you see a box of CDs or some cassettes or whatever, you got to look. You got to look. I just can't pass it. I mean, today we went to an auction. There were some auctions that was getting ready to close. My wife wanted to go see what it was. I just happened to see it before we left. I was like, 2 tubs of CDs over. I gotta see what's in it. And there was actually some cool stuff. There was Guns N' Roses in there. There was something else metal in there. I can't remember what it was now. But then it was like some Fleetwood Mac and some regular, more classic rock stuff. It was still cool, very cool stuff. And then there was some like Madonna thrown in there, Justin Timberlake, some shit like that. But it wasn't enough in there for me to buy the whole tub unless it went for just a couple bucks. But
I'm not going to ramble too much on this, but I was telling String about it. And I'm not even a boy band fan at all, but I grew up, we grew up through that whole NSYNC and
Boys and
Backstreets. And anyway, I watched this documentary on the one guy in NSYNC. Anyway, they was talking about how much their manager ripped them off.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
And you ain't even got to like that kind of music and just go on there and see. It's like, I guess, the music version of Epstein. I mean, how bad he schemed all them kids and made up. I think he said.
Go ahead.
He said that the guy from NSYNC, Lance Bass, that's what his name, when he got his first check, this was after they done went platinum and all this stuff, and he was figuring it was going to be $1 million, and he opened it up, it was $10,000. And that was their big surprise. And he's like, I just ripped the check up and threw it in the trash. I was so heartbroken. But it's kind of interesting to go watch that and see how much they ripped him off and how they still thought he was the greatest thing ever.
And that's just a big band like that. I mean, you can't imagine some of the smaller bands. You probably didn't quite make it to that level, but how much they got ripped off. They probably got it worse because they weren't. They didn't sell as many records or whatever, so they probably really got screwed over.
Yeah, because and how he put NSYNC. See, he was the manager of both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and he made them battle each other so he could benefit from it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he brought another boy band in, and they basically kicked Backstreet out. So then it's a big competition thing. Mm-hmm. And they were owned by the same. They had the same manager.
They got it. They know what to do. They know how to work the system.
But anyway,
They've
just go on. It's on YouTube. I think it's Lance Bass. It's a boy band documentary or something. Just punch it in. I'm sure it'll come up. But it's definitely worth checking out. It's just to see how bad, what their manager was like. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, and I'm sure even in the metal side of it, when shit was kind of going south and the hair metal scene was kind of dying off and all the other shit was coming in, I'm sure there was a lot of those bands that kind of hit late that got just shit all over just because.
Well, even look at Kicks.
Oh yeah,
they said they signed one of the worst record contract ever, and if it wouldn't have been for Blow My Fuse blowing up, But anyway,
it's a sad thing, but it happens. And still happens, I mean, on a smaller level in some of these new bands that are coming out. But anyway, so the wife and I and the family, we went on vacation. We went, stopped in. I stopped in. They went to the beach. I had to go look for music. So, but anyway, so I found a couple cool finds. I think I still actually had this anyway, but I wasn't going to let it sit for $3. No. Jackals Cut the Crap.
There ain't no way.
great album. And we actually probably should have saved this for coming up on our another video coming up later tonight. But great album. I mean, these guys.
Brian Johnson's even.
Yeah, and Brian, right there it is.
Yep.
Featuring Brian Johnson.
Which is rare. Brian Johnson, I always thought that was cool that they talked him into doing that. And I think it was, from what I understand, he come in and it was just one track. I mean, just one take.
One take.
I mean, they just nailed it, which I can see that. I mean, Jackals professional, and I'm sure Brian Johnson's professional in his own mind.
Well, and you think too, I mean, this was their second album, so.
That's third.
Oh, third album, so, you know, I guess even third albums, I mean, they've been around enough, but they probably had some people come in and help make that happen. But,
Yeah, there's your redneck metal.
Redneck metal right there. Good stuff. We've seen them a couple times and always great show. Go ahead.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm just going to grab them off, no certain order. Kicking Valentino. They're actually a newer band. So I pulled this out today. When String said we was going to do this, I was like, man, I don't know if I really got anything. And then I went up there and I'm like, God, I got too much probably. But this is Imaginary Creatures. I think they have an EP out now. But I was trying to remember who told me about these guys. I'm thinking actually my page on Facebook somebody might have put their video up. Maybe Jerry or Tony Gamble. But I think they had a video for Turns Me On, if I'm not mistaken. I might be way off there, but I'm thinking that's what it is. They're kind of like a sleazy, like LA Guns, like early LA Guns, sleazy, kind of maybe a John Corabi, kind of that rough, not really rough, but that sleazy, gritty voice.
Yeah, gotcha.
Vocals, and it's just straight up rock. But yeah, so if y'all are looking for some just good straight up rock, check out Kickin' Valentino.
I'm going with another classic here. Mine are in no order either. This way I stacked them, but Candlebox.
Great album. The
First album.
You know, it's
Man,
solid.
this is a great album. And was it on this tour we saw them at?
No, we saw them on Lucy.
Okay, yeah. So that was their second album.
You gonna go tell the
I'm
story?
going to tell the story real quick.
This story rocks.
You know, I hadn't been to too many concerts. I mean, I've been to a handful by that point because you and I had been hanging out for a little while. And so we found out that they were playing at a venue in Charlottesville. So it's like an hour drive for us.
Cocktails, golly.
We go, and it's a small club. We go in, not knowing, you know, we figure Candlebox, you know, they're rock, but, you know, they're not what you call a heavy band by any means. We go in, you know, there's piles of people in there. I don't know what that place held. It was a couple hundred, you know, it's not a huge place. Probably 300-400 maybe.
Yeah, 5 at the most.
Yeah, 5 at the most. So anyway, it's kind of a long, lengthy building, but, you know, stages on one end. And we go in there, we get, you know, we always like to be up kind of close to the band. So we're off to the side, and they come out, and all of us are in one little group over here. And the next thing I know, I'm in the center of the floor. Everybody else is still way over there, and we're all just like this, crammed up. And I tell you what, that place was so freaking hot anyway. With all those people in there, it was miserable. But I had never been to a show that I thought would have been, this will be a great show just to kick back and watch. No, I've been to metal shows that wasn't that damn heavy and moshing and shit going on. I was severely surprised. I had no idea that was ever going to happen. But anyway, we had a good time, and we all survived the show, sweat our balls off. But
Where our good friend Jimmy Rickleman, rest in peace, he was beside me, and I remember when they come out on stage, like I said, String was here, I was here, and Jimmy was here. And Jimmy's a big boy, so I knew that he wasn't gonna move him.
Yeah.
But man, they come out and played their first song. I looked over, String's going. He's completely disappeared, and I'm like, where in the hell is String? And I'm like looking around. He's over there waving.
I'm trying to look for them, and I'm like, where the fuck did they go? And I see them, and I sort of
20 yards.
Oh, it was a good little. I mean, like I said, the place wasn't that big, but I was a good chunk of ways from you from where I started.
It took me a little bit, because but when they come on that first song, man, they just picked you up. I mean, because everybody bum rushed the stage, and it's like they just picked you up, carried you.
I mean, because I went sideways. Most people went forward. I don't know how it went from left to right or right to left, whichever way it was.
That was the funniest thing.
But it was a great show. But
yeah, it was a killer show too.
Yeah,
and it was hot.
Yes, it was extremely hot. But yes, Candlebox, If you've never heard of them,
Oh, yeah.
definitely go check this
That's
album
the one
out.
you
This
need to
is
get.
just self-titled, so it's just Candlebox.
Make sure you get the first one.
Yeah, definitely get this one.
I mean, I
and
know
if you don't like it, just say, hey, you guys suck because this album sucks. But we like it, and it's really good.
Yeah. And they're considered a Seattle grunge band, and I don't know if I really consider them that. It's just
hit.
good rock and roll.
Yeah, to me that is
Good hard rock or whatever you think. All right, so I'm going back.
Way back.
80s. Electric Angels. Rock Candy's been remastered and reloaded. They've been doing some albums, and I got another one here that's coming up. But me and Randy Hartman always talked about this song, Rattlesnake Kisses. And I used to have this, but I didn't remember a lot about it. I just know I really liked the song Rattlesnake Kisses. Well, when he played me the video down there, I was like, man, I need to go back and visit that. So I went on looking one night, and I found it at their store, Rock Candy store. So I got it, and I've been listening to this thing, and this is a really good album. It's got the perfect drinking song. It's called The Drinking Song. I mean, it don't
Can't
get
deny
no more.
that.
And it made my drinking playlist. But yeah, Rattlesnake's Kiss is probably the highlight of this album. But definitely, if you didn't check them out in the '80s, go back and give them a listen. They're kind of like
Is that the one you? Because I know I listened to it, but I can't. That's the one you said was like
London Choir Boys.
Yes, because when you said that, there was whatever song. It was like one song that really stood out. It sounded like London Choir Boys.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there was one song that I was like, man, this is just a cheapie. The lyrics were really cheesy, but
yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. The whole thing wasn't bad.
Whiplash, that was it. You know, the girl, she looked so good, she gave me whiplash. I mean, I thought that was kind of cheesy, but all in all, it's pretty decent. So if you look for something from the 80s, you want to go back, pick up this.
What year was that originally from? 89? Is that what you said?
Golly,
Is it on there?
See, it just says 2011.
No, that's a big deal. But it
think
was
it's like,
re-released, so it was redone.
I'm thinking it come out in 89 maybe. 88, 89. I know it was late in the 80s when it come out.
All right, so I can't remember how I came across this band, Defecto. But I guess at the time, that was their newest. This is actually an earlier album. I think they only had the 2 albums out. So this is the first one, if I remember right. They might have had the EP. I can't remember. But the second one, I got it, and I was like, holy shit, this whole album was kick ass. And this one's not bad. This is the first one. I think you could definitely tell they progressed and got some shit figured out on the second one versus this one. But still a pretty solid album. This one's called Excluded. But definitely check out some Defecto if you're looking for some good heavier rock. I mean, it's got some growly stuff on here. It's not like a whole song, but it's got some growly parts to it. Their second album, it had a little bit more. Second full-length album had some a little bit more growly stuff, I think, on that one than what this one had. But still, all in all, it was a pretty good album. So if you're looking for something along that lines, definitely go check them out. Good stuff.
So, actually, I might have more stuff than you.
That's all right.
No,
I
you
got
got
albums too.
albums.
I got some albums.
So we're going with another 80s band, late 80s, Ticketo, which I'd heard the song, let's see, Seasons was the first song I heard, and I just heard them recently. And I bought their CD, and I heard Forever Young. I'd heard that song too. I told String, I said, check these guys out, tell me what you think of them. And he listened to it, and I said, before I even said, he said the exact same thing I was thinking. They kind of got a Journey sound.
Yeah.
I mean, but their singer's amazing. But we were supposed to see them M3. I was kind of excited about. Well, I wasn't kind of. I was excited to see them because I didn't. Now I know more about them.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for just, I guess, a straight up 80s hard rock CD, this is what I recommend. And this is another Rock Candy CD, by the way. You can usually tell by the. I can't think
They
of
put
it.
the stickers on there.
Yeah, the stickers.
Promo sticker thing,
saving
or
on
whatever they
that.
call them.
But
They got a
anyway,
name for them.
check out Ticketo if you look for something 80s again.
Lamb of God, brand new album. I actually ordered this before we went on vacation. I finally just got to listen to it today. I'd heard a couple songs already on XM radio, but Memento Mori, Checkmate. Seems like there was one other song they might have released that they played on Liquid Metal anyway. I don't know what they got, but there's one song is Jamie Joss is on, one song is Chuck Billy's on. Boy, when he sings, you almost think it's a Testament song just because it's Chuck
That's
Billy.
cool. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, this is a pretty good album. I mean, it's got the classic Lamb of God sound. I mean, it sounds a lot right along the same lines as the last few albums. So I mean, it's heavy shit. So
2 hours, we're right there where they're from.
yeah,
I mean, they're pretty much one of our hometown heroes.
Right in our capital.
Proud of them.
Yep. I wish I could have seen them back when they played down at Main Street.
Yeah.
But oh well, that didn't happen.
No.
I wasn't into them at that point, but.
All right, so I'm going with these. Thanks to Grown Up Rock Podcast, Sonny and Michael. They went to the cruise.
Was it Monster?
No,
it wasn't Monsters Rock. It was.
Anyways, the 80s cruise.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, these guys, it even says, even better than any 80s originals, which these guys is heat. And I was introduced to them, like I said, Grown Up Rock Podcast, and I know I was talking to Stephen Michael, and he said, you really need to see the live show. He said they really bring it, and he said it's cool to see because they have all the energy that the bands we remember had when they were younger. They're a young band, and from what I know, they're from where the Great Nightwish is from the same area. So if y'all are looking for something straight up hard rock fun album, check out Heat.
I mean, they even got that kind of like 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s kind of a look to them there.
But it's kind of a fresh look too. So.
Yeah.
And this is I guess Heat 2, and I did hear what the initials meant, but I'm not for sure. And Jerry Lambert, he had said he had told me about them years ago, and I must have slipped my mind, but I finally checked them out, so definitely check that out.
And next up is Dynasty, or Dynasty, The Dark Delight. I had found these guys on just doing the YouTube, and you click on one thing, and an hour later you've veered off course what you started with, and you go to something totally different. But it was one of those that it popped up on the side over there, and I was like, I'll go check them out. And I was like, holy shit, like these guys are really, really good. It kind of has that little bit of a power metal kind of sound to it, a little bit, I don't know, a little bit heavier, I think. But man, I suggest going and checking them out. So it's Dynazty. Solid album. I mean, it's got 13 tracks, and I don't remember there being a bad song on there. So.
Yeah, I remember I had to upload that on the iPod, and the singer reminded me of somebody, but I'm drawing a blank right now. But yeah, it was definitely more like European metal.
Yeah.
Along that lines.
But definitely good stuff.
Yeah. So, Unplugged, Tortor. I don't know why I'm stuck in the 80s here. It just seems like I got some heat, though.
You got some heat. That's some new 80s.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's not hard to figure out where my wheelhouse is, but everybody knows where it is if you've been watching this long enough. Anyway, Tortor did Unplugged, and it's an EP. It's got most of the stuff's off the newest album, but it does have Phantom Rider Unplugged. But yeah, definitely if you're looking for a good Unplugged, they're still tearing it up, even on acoustic.
Yeah.
I recommend it. And I was talking to Mike. It's
Mike Durr?
Durr. And I know he was waiting for his copy of this. Mike, this rocks.
But it's even got Son of a Prodigal Son. That's like
Yeah.
my favorite song off that new album. So.
The new album's good. I wish the production was a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a little lacking there, but song structure and songwriting,
Yeah.
it's a solid album.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
definitely.
it just needs a little tweaking. Somebody in
And
the
live.
engineering. Yeah, oh yeah, we got to see them last year, so
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
that was
too.
awesome.
And met them.
Yeah, we met them. Those guys were awesome. Go ahead.
And actually, we discussed how many bands for 20 bands down there.
Might have been more than that. It was probably close to that. If
They
not
were the only all original
all
band.
original.
All 4 members. That's impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, of all the bands that were there, I mean, we thought we got what's coming up here soon.
Yeah.
That they had, but apparently the drummer was different.
And the bass player.
Yeah, and the bass player. Forgot about that. So anyway, we'll get to that here in a minute. But first, Testament's new album, Titans of Creation.
You know that's good.
It's if you've got any Testament the last couple years, right along. It's right there with it. Great album, solid. I mean, they've survived all this time.
Yeah, they never.
And yeah,
They even survived the Corona.
they did.
Well, so far.
Yeah. Well,
Who was it? Chuck Billy?
I think it was Chuck. Pretty sure it was Chuck.
But they all but a couple of them got sick on that European tour.
That was the one with Death Angel, wasn't it?
Yeah, he almost died.
Yeah, the drummer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got really bad.
So,
But anyway, yeah, Testament ain't gonna let you down.
if you haven't heard anything off of it, go check it out. If you like Testament, you'll like that.
Yeah, Alex, guitar player,
Yeah.
he's still on his
Oh,
game.
God,
There ain't no
he's-
doubt about it. All right, so I don't know how many people even know this band still puts music out. But Aaron Camaro off Decibel Geek, he talks these guys up. He wants to see them so bad.
Oh, I'd like to see him. I'd
But
definitely like to see
yeah,
him.
the closest thing I've gotten to see him is Shannon Larkin. Oh, he's actually on this.
Oh.
It's Shannon Larkin. Everybody, if you don't know who Shannon Larkin is, he's the drummer for Godsmack and Red Child America.
Go check them out.
Yep. Best version of Time you'll ever hear.
Oh, yeah.
Or close to the best. Well, I don't know the original.
It's way
ones.
heavier.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's one of them we've talked about before. It's one of them covers that they nailed it.
Yeah, they did
They did
it
adjust
right.
it.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Stairway to Hell, and I put a thing up, the best Ugly Kid Joe album. I've had all of them, pictures, all of them, and I think this was the one Tony Gamble said this was his favorite Ugly Kid Joe,
Really?
if I remember right. But it's also got acoustic version, Cats in the Cradle. So everybody, they're still making music. Check them out.
Let's go. Would you like to be my neighbor, or would you like to be there? Oh, I thought it was.
And I think this is fairly. God, my eyesight sucks. But anyway,
old is
I'm
awesome.
thinking this is like, it's not real old, like maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, it seemed like it came out there a little while back, but not.
But it
not-
is fairly recent.
Yeah. Came out in the 2000s.
And we're going to be right on money.
I
Cause
think we are. Look, we're tit for tat right here. So this was the band we was talking about. It was at M3. Extreme. Was a Metal Meltdown live. Oh God, they sounded so good last year.
Them guys.
They are on the money. Like, you would almost think you're listening to a record playing.
They were on the money so much we went and seen them
Oh yeah.
at Richmond.
Yeah. We're going
God,
back to
that
see
was
that
even
again.
more impressive than what we saw.
So basically, I don't know, almost, there's a lot of pretty much the same set list. Might be, damn near, I think it's almost the same set list that we saw.
No, that's Porn Graffiti. That's the whole album.
Well, there's more songs than that.
No. I'm pretty sure it's the whole
Well,
album.
you mean when we saw them?
No, that's
Oh.
just because it's their anniversary.
Oh,
Porn
gotcha.
Graffiti.
Well, they played a lot
But
of
they,
shit
they
off
got
of
yeah,
this.
that's nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That
Well,
song,
we saw them, and that was, I guess, their anniversary was coming up.
and they opened with Decadence Dance. Golly, that's a killer song to open
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
But I mean, their harmonies, and I was telling String when we left there, I said, I know Eddie's freaking awesome and all that, but I think Nuno's got one thing that Eddie don't got. He's got harmony. That man can sing too,
Yeah. Well, he's definitely showcased that plenty of times, but
and he's humble now.
yeah.
That's what's really
he's-
cool.
Yeah, I think back in the day, he probably would have been a little bit more of an asshole if you tried to meet him. But I know there was a couple people that we met, and his name's coming to blank right now. The two kids that we ran into, and they posted that one of them had got a backstage thing, and was hanging out and getting autographs and pictures with a bunch of people, and he met Nuno. But I think he said he was pretty well drunk by that point. So,
Yeah, I do remember. But man, how many times did Nuno thank us?
oh yeah,
I mean, he even accepts the more than words, because if it wasn't for more than words, that
Oh yeah.
They wouldn't be able to do what you're doing.
But anyway, I found this at the record shop when we went on vacation. You would let me. You got the CD of it, and you let me borrow it. And when I listened, or was that a DVD?
I think it's CD and DVD.
All right, well, that's what it was, yeah, because I watched the DVD, and I was like, holy shit, and then when we saw them, it was the same thing. But I was like, oh, yeah, and I saw that.
There wasn't no overdubbing on that. That was
$25, yeah, I'm buying that.
all day long.
Yep. So, anyway, it was brand new, red vinyl. So, pretty cool.
All right, so my wife said my birthday was in April, and she's like, so what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, you know what? I said, I want music
Hookers and blow.
Music to Crash Your Car 2, Volume 1. And if anybody don't know, this is the Motley Crue box set for the first 4 albums. And it's got, main reason I want it is because it's got Too Fast for Love, the leather mix, which, if you've never heard the leather mix, you have to go listen to that because it just kind of it just puts a new spin on them songs that you've heard forever on Elektra version.
Because it was a lot more raw.
Yeah, because it's like before they got signed to Elektra, that was
The Leather Records or whatever they're called.
Yeah, that was, I guess, Nicky's record label. But then everybody knows I'm a Crue fan, so the wife got that
Should
for
by
me.
now, anyway.
So, happy birthday to me.
Woohoo!
So if you look for a good box set, it is a little pricey. And if anybody wants to buy me the second one, or can even find the second one, if you can find a good deal on the second one, let me know because I can't find it. There's not a lot of them out there. But anyway, this Motley Crue's Music Crash Your Car 2, Volume 1. All right, wrap her up, String.
I'm going to wrap it up, and then we're getting along on this one, so I think we ended up going way longer than what we wanted to. But anyway, Chemists, doom metal. I think it says Denver, Colorado. I can't remember. I think that's where they're actually from. I got one of their other albums a while back because I heard one of their songs on Liquid Metal, Above the Water. That song just got me hook, line, and sinker. So I found out that this one was coming out. It's an EP, but it's got 6 songs on it. But they do Rainbow in the Dark. Oh, it's so awesome. Like I said, they're a doom metal band, but they're a little bit better than a lot of the other doom metal. Well, for me, I like this style of doom a little bit better than some of the other styles of doom. But they do Rainbow in the Dark, and it's on point, but they put their sound to it when it makes it. It's badass. But the whole album, it's pretty good. Like I said, it's 3 of it's live. 3 songs are live, and then the other 3 are studio tracks. But pretty good stuff. Go check them out. I think they only have 4 albums. Counting this one, I think was the 4th album they got, EPs. So yeah, definitely go check them out if you're into some doom, if you clean vocal kind of doom stuff. Good stuff. Definitely go. They got a video of Rainbow in the Dark. Definitely go check that out.
All right, so that's a little look into our stuff.
That's
This
what we've
is
been
stuff we're
buying.
Comment section, let us know kind of stuff you're buying. Got any bands you recommend, kind of your go-to that nobody knows about? I mean, that's how we find out about The Warning, Bandmate, Maxim the Hormone. I mean, we didn't know any of these bands existed.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's what I told him. I said, this is kind of something I wanted to do, to kind of give back. I know, I mean, you guys have gave us so much. We wanted to give back, and then maybe give y'all the notion to go out and maybe look for something different, and
even go back
they
and
talked
visit.
this band up. Yeah, go check it out. I mean, maybe you had it in the past and you got it still sitting in a box or on the shelf or something. Go pull it back out and check it out. I mean, I'm bad about, I'll be hot on some of this stuff when you get it new, and then I'll listen to the shit out of it, and then I kind of get burnt out on it a little bit, and then it sits, and then I don't pull it back out for forever. So, and that's what is cool about like these, going to a record shop and finding them. And I mean, I think I might have gotten rid of this one, but I think my wife actually still has her copy of it, but she had before we got married. So she was like, well, what'd you buy it for? I was like, I'm not going to let it sit for $3.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been known to buy it.
So, yeah, I mean, we used to do that shit all the time. It's like, well, I already have it, but so-and-so might want it, I'll buy it for them. So, anyway, music love.
Yep, that's the way it rolls. You just pass it along.
Yep. So thank you to you.
Yep, thanks for everybody
For
watching.
helping us out, and
on
that
our way
we're-
to 4,000.
Oh,
It's
yes.
awesome.
We're getting there.
You about ready? We about
Let's
ready
do
to
it.
get our
I'm
drink
sure we
on
might have
here before too long.
Yeah, we've probably already lost a few people already. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Stay safe, stay healthy. Till next time.
Oh,
See, he doesn't
gotta be
have
warmed
the clicker
up.
ready.
all right, it's
going.
blinking. Are you ready? Let's get out of
do
here.
it.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.